Let's see if Aviana Priest can revive a classic combo into Standard Hearthstone thanks to Champions of Azeroth and Tronde. The idea behind this deck is we're going to be using Aviana with a bunch of cards that will allow us to get her out quicker, such as Cash Cow or Parrot Sanctuary, in order to hopefully get her down on like turn 6 or 7, and then we have to stall out for 3 turns before we can OTK our opponent by generating a Antonidas off of Champions of Azeroth. This deck, if you go against anything that isn't named Zarimi Priest, you should have a pretty decent chance of winning the game, because the deck is actually incredibly powerful once you get that combo online. It is worth mentioning that the versions in this video are not going to have Dirty Rat in them. They're going to have Messenger, so you can swap those around depending on what the matchups you're facing. But I literally faced 10 Zarimi Priests in a row, so we put in the Dirty Rats just in case. Now, for the Mulligan guide of the list, the first thing you're going to be looking out for is going to be Parrot Sanctuary. Then after that, you're going to be looking for any early game removal tools, such as Nightshade Tea in combination with Hot Coals, and any draw power cards, such as Thrive in the Shadows, are great to keep too. Now, with that all being said, let's look at some games. Okay, time for a game against Warrior. I'm curious what type of Warrior list this is going to be. I haven't actually faced too much Warrior. It is early enough in testing where I assume this is actually not going to be that terrible of a matchup. They might be able to get enough armor where they can survive 1 turn of our OTK, but not 2 turns of the OTK. So let's see how this all plays out for us, actually. Okay, they passed it back to us. I kind of just want to use one of the Parrot Sanctuaries here. And we're not going to use it because I want to use the Messenger next turn. Okay, New Heights. Oh. I mean, we could use one of the Parrot Sanctuary. Nah, we'll save it. I'm just going to try to get Aviana out as quickly as possible. I know we don't have her in hand, but again, slower matchup, I'm assuming we'll be safe. Okay, the question is... We could have used Power Word Shield on their minion just to do it, to draw 2 cards, which would have looked a little bit weird, but, I don't know, getting a big statted Drotalon probably wouldn't have mattered too much. Okay, let's just pop both of those, use Ancient of Yore, which... okay, I will admit, I was wrong. I thought the card was too slow. However, I think it is probably a card that will probably end up getting nerfed. Oh, please, 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 don't hit. We saw the legendary, and I thought it was what we needed. Okay, we're fine, we're fine, we're fine. Not really, but, like, it's better than nothing. Thrive. Okay, bird watching, we gotta go for the bird watching, come on. Aviana. Oh... Well, good news is we can play down Aviana for 3 mana next turn. Okay. Doesn't matter what you eat. You ate one of our more important minions, but we can still win this game. Okay, let's get their minions as low as possible. I don't want to deal with Ham for a longer period of time than I have to. We'll use Aviana next turn. We just won't even worry about it this turn. Okay, yeah. Them armoring up is probably the correct decision here. Alright, slam down our Aviana. It is interesting that this is the first Aviana that isn't a Druid card. There's 3 other Aviana cards. One of them, I think, still sees play to this day. Maybe not to this day, but, like, up to recently, right? And the other 2 were so... Actually, one's from Whizbang, right? So there's 2 Avianas in Standard right now. Huh. Didn't think about that, actually. We could delay this. What we would love to see, and it probably won't happen. It probably is ancient, right? Just to get a little bit more armor. That would have been nice for later, but that's okay. You know, the more I play with the imbued priest cards, the more that I think just let them not be temporary. That fixes the keyword. Seriously. Like, it's insane that they're oh god, that actually is bad for us. I also forgot that card existed. Which is funny because future ideas for not to try out, maybe? Trying to think of if there would be a way to extend the durability as long as humanly possible. AKA, use it as an anti-Zarimi card. Actually, I guess it would act as a pretty good anti-Zarimi card because it's not like Zarimi runs direct damage to face and it has 4 durability. I'd be curious if we might see, like... Okay, I know we had Weapon Rogue, like, last rotation, but it would be kind of cool if Blizzard, like, supported, I don't know, Weapon Warrior or Weapon... Okay, maybe not Paladin. Because we did kind of just have that, too. It would be cool to have another weapon class that hasn't... Because I know they've tried to make Weapon Warrior work in the past, but they always don't print enough support cards to make it work. Oh, Zarimi's funny. You know, if we play enough dragons that are randomly generated off of our hero power, eventually we'll be able to get a Zarimi out, right? We want to do as much damage to their face as possible here. As quickly as possible. I guess Messenger to the top isn't a bad idea. Because I don't want to do the combo until I know for a fact that I can do enough damage to their face. The Bulwark is actually countering us. That is what it is, right? Okay, that's a big minion. Doesn't matter too much. We do... I mean, we could use repackaging. Which gives them a bunch of minions that I would prefer not to give them. But it would also mean that the Starship isn't in the Resurrection. Okay. Hero power? Ooh. You know, the sleep deprivation might have been actually the play there, but that's okay. You live and you learn. Okay, I guess the moment of truth. We're probably not going to get a Tronde. If we... nah. Let's... What? Yeah, we gotta go for it. Oh, perfect, actually. Also, see how this works with Aviana, where the cards generated after, if they have a discount on them. I really want to do a Aviana Mage list, but I need to find out what engine I want to use in it. Part of me wants to just be like, we just armor up a bajillion times and then, like, run a Colossalus, like, Protoss Mage list with Ataru. I did manage to get the combo off one, but you also need the imbue cards to get to Aviana, so I don't know. Maybe there has to be some type of list there, because there is a high chance of you getting there's a 50% chance of you getting any wild god off of Malorn, which is how you would do it, right? I did the math before, like, the set came out. That's the only reason why I know it's 50%. I'm pretty sure it's 50%. I could be wrong. I could be mathematically off. But it just depends on, like... Because there's only, what? 11 wild gods, right? And there's 3... You have 3 chances of any of them popping up because you can't get a duplicate. So it's a 1 in 11, 1 in 10, 1 in 9 for you to get it, and that's around a 50%. Okay, well, this is why I am kind of happy we kept the repackagings for later. Okay. Oh, Moonwell. But we could just scale up stuff. I think the Moonwell could be good for later, but I think we go for the scale. Which sounds a little bit weird, but I think that's just better. Okay, we're just gonna look if we get another Antonidas. That is good for next turn, actually. They'll probably think they're safe, but they won't expect 2 old guides with a beard. There's new heights. To repackage. Okay, I don't think we win this turn, but we might win the next turn. I think we can afford to take 10 damage to face, probably. We slam down 1 Antonidas. We do a little bit of damage here. And then we just ping a bunch of fireballs into our opponent's face. This might not win this turn, but it will get them low enough where it probably won't matter next turn. I don't think they'll be able to do 30 plus damage in a single turn. There's no Odin for me to worry about anymore, so I think that should be good. Don't think that's enough to win you the game there, my butt friend. I wonder what they're thinking. They're like, they're not giving up with Antonidas on board. If I get rid of it, they lose the game, right? Unless they have another one in hand. Alright, it's time to finish this game off, I guess. Oh, that could actually make it a little bit more tricky, animation-wise. But it was a good game. Armor's not going to stop us. Okay, Mage. There are a few different Mage lists floating around right now, so let's just keep these 2. I'm assuming this means Protoss, which might be a little bit risky. Okay, well, I mean, it could still be Protoss with imbue cards. Oh, that's not a bad top deck. Okay. Oh, I will take that so quickly. Okay, there's Photon Cannon. Into coin. Okay. Okay. We could put down Xavius, but we don't really need anything. It's just body on board, right? Ooh, 2 cash cows. That seems pretty good on curve, right? Okay, so it is just kind of imbue. I do want to do something with imbue mage, maybe. Depending on the order of games in this video, because I have a really good game already. There may or may not be an idea that I'm floating around with Hitaru and imbue and trying to RNG ourselves into an Aviana. Okay, observer. We're at 7 mana. Well, oh, good. I was going to say, as long as that isn't Ice Trap, we're good. Honestly, kind of want to pray to see... Okay. I just wanted to see if it was Freezing Trap. So, Explosive Trap and... Oh, Rat Trap. Okay, so there are some Photon stuff. You know, the idea that I had for Mage, I really feel like that deck could be a real deck if Prince was still in rotation. But sadly, he isn't, so it is what it is, right? Do we really want to waste an AoE here? Nah, I think we'll just waste a little bit of our HP. Actually. Tronde's good for next turn. We can slam down Tronde. See, actually, weirdly, Tronde isn't technically needed in the list. You could actually probably replace her with Typool. Typools might be a little bit of a worse version of Tronde. It's not a 1-for-1. But, like, you could also use it as a way to get additional copies of removal tools too, right?
It seems I can still be amazed. Be my talons. Draw forth the moon.
Okay. Make the next spells cast twice. I forgot. We should have done that in the opposite order, but that's okay. And I realized we could have actually done 6 damage there. Okay, there's Flutterwing. We basically just have to survive like 2 more turns. That's all we gotta do. And if they flood the board with a bunch of 1/1s and they can't do anything about it, then we should be fine, right? Okay. Now, let the fun begin. You're just looking for one, and I can't... I was going to say, I can't actually tell. We do want to empty out our hand a little bit more. Okay, moment of truth. Come on. Are we going to get our combo pieces? Okay, good. Good. I don't think we... Actually, we probably could have got game here. I'm just going to play it extra safe / a little bit BM. Maybe. Yeah, let's just play a little bit extra BM. We definitely had game there, by the way. All we had to do is slam down the other Volin plus Antonidas and then, like, any of the 1-cost spells in our hand. And then we would have done 24 damage with a single fireball. That's okay, too. It's not like Volin is probably going to be destroyed this turn. Oh, maybe he will. There is exactly 1 card that I don't want to see, but actually, that doesn't even necessarily matter either, I don't think, in this scenario. that could have been bad, but oh, are they all going to be 1 cost / 0 cost? Because that's kind of funny if that's how that works. Never thought about that interaction. Neat. Well, I mean, it is time to behold our 24 HP or damage fireball that I somehow missed last. Nah, not really miss per se. We're gonna really BM them. We're just gonna nuke their board, and then we'll go face with the last little hit. I'm so sorry. I versed so many Zarimi Priests. Sorry. Alright, now that we're through the games, let's discuss my final thoughts of the deck. So, I played 30 games with the deck, ended up with a 40% win rate. And yeah, it was not that great. Honestly speaking, most of the games lost was actually against Zarimi Priest, which might have been the reason why the next video on this channel will probably be a anti-Zarimi Priest list. I am just so sick and tired of seeing that list. If that deck isn't what you're facing constantly, this is actually a pretty decent deck given some of the other matchups that are currently in the meta, such as Armor, Wheel, Warlock, or any other slower deck, because it turns out this deck can do an incredible amount of damage in a single turn once it gets this combo online. The only problem is the combo takes longer than Zarimi Priest, which means it doesn't get its combo online quick enough to win that matchup. Overall, if you want to have some fun in between now and when the mini set comes out, try this one out, but maybe wait to fully use this deck until Zarimi gets nerfed once again. But like always, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. Until next time, bye-bye.